Hey guys, welcome to question MM376 of the Maths Methods Fortify study guide. So we've got this question that says Evan and Matt are playing Rocket League. While playing each other, the probability that Evan scores any given goal is 5 in 6, while the probability that Matt scores any given goal is 1 on 4. Evan has 3 shots at goal and Matt has 4 shots at goal. How many times more likely is it that Evan scores at least 1 goal than Matt scoring at least 1 goal? Alright, awesome. So this is a bit wordy, so it can be a bit hard to kind of, I guess, translate what this is talking about and what it's actually asking. So let's walk through it. So let's just deal with the fact that we need to figure out the individual probabilities of these first before we can make a relationship between them. So let's figure out the probability that Evan, me, scores at least 1 goal. Alright, so I have 3 shots at goal and I want to figure out the probability that I score at least 1. So whenever you're dealing with probability of at least 1, the easiest way to figure this out is to do 1 minus the probability that you don't score any, okay? So if we don't score any, and then we take that probability away from 1, that means that we've scored any number except for 0, right? Which is the same as at least 1. So this is the quickest way to figure out if you're scoring at least 1. And this is really good for large numbers as well, especially if you don't have a calculator. We do have a calculator now, so it's fine. But what we need to figure out is what's the probability out of 3 shots that I take that I don't make any of them. Alright, so if I've got a 5 in 6 chance to score 1, that means that I have a 1 in 6 chance to not score them. Okay, so that means that we're doing 1 minus. If I, actually, you know what, let's just quickly draw a small tree diagram. So if I don't score, the probability that I don't score is 1 in 6, right? The probability that I don't score 3 times in a row, is 1 in 6, 1 in 6, 1 in 6, right? Which is these all multiplied together, which is 1 in 6 times 1 in 6 times 1 in 6. Okay? And this will give me my answer that I score at least 1 goal. Okay? So what this gives me is 215 over 216, right? So the probability that I score at least 1, Evan, sorry, I keep saying I, but I mean Evan in the context of the question. So the probability that Evan scores at least 1 is 215 on 216, right? So now we need to figure out the probability that Matt scores at least 1. So if Matt has a probability of scoring any given shot 1 in 4, then that means the probability that he doesn't score is 3 in 4, right? So, but the difference with Matt is that he has 4 shots at goal and he still can't make them. So he actually has another one of 3 on 4, right? So now we're looking for Matt. Probability that he scores at least once, which again is the quickest way to do, is 1 minus the probability that he doesn't score. So 1 minus the probability that he doesn't score is all of these multiplied together, right? So 3 and 4 times 3 and 4 times 3 and 4 times 3 and 4. What that gives us is 175 on 256. So the probability that Evan scores at least 1 goal is 215 over 216, and the probability that Matt scores at least 1 goal is 175 over 256. So Evan's actually obviously a much better player because his score is much more likely to go through, right? So what we need to do now is figure out how many more times likely Evan is to score a goal than Matt, okay? And the way that we do that is by dividing Matt's score into Evan's score. So, or Matt's probability into Evan's probability. So the way that we do that is just by saying that the amount of times that it goes into it is 215 over 216 divided by 175 over 256. And what that gives us is approximately 1.46, which means that Evan is 1.46 times more likely to score at least 1 goal, even when Matt has more shots at goal. So guys, our answer for this question is B. Yeah, that's it for this. Please hit me up if you have any questions in the comments below. But that's it for MM376. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.